In 1974, a gunman forced Princess Anne's car to stop. Shots were fired. People around her were hit. He ordered her out. She refused. The line that survived is simple. Not bloody likely. But in that one sentence, you get what Princess Anne is all about. Courage and control. This is the first out of 20 moments why many think Princess Anne, she should have been queen. 2. The interview. No drama added. Later, when she speaks about it publicly, she doesn't sell it as a legend. When he went to get out of the car, he was shot and he stayed in the car and then he opened the door and we had a sort of bravery in the moment is rare. Calm after the moment is rarer. Most people replay crisis with emotion. I was scrupulously polite 'cause I thought it was silly to be, too rude at that stage. She revisits it with order. And that's exactly what people mean by queen energy. But how does someone become that unshakable? You don't wake up with it. You're built into it. Let's rewind. 3. Raised by a working queen. And didn't grow up watching ceremony. She grew up watching routine. Her mother became queen when Anne was about 3. So duty wasn't a concept. It was the daily system. Restraint, repetition, showing up, keeping private things private. And Queen Elizabeth II was the ultimate model of consistency. Decade after decade, she kept the same steady tone through crises, transitions, and endless public days. That upbringing sets a baseline. The monarchy isn't a personality contest. It's maintenance. You don't chase applause. You stay steady so the institution stays steady. 4. And that wasn't learned later, it was home. 4. Trained by observation, not theory. And it's a huge advantage if you have somebody who can be recognized as that, and not just in your country, but around the world. Anne's training was watching a sovereign work, not being coached to be liked. She learned how a monarch holds back, endures, and repeats the job without needing a storyline. How you absorb pressure without spreading it. How you treat the role as service, not self-expression. That's why her style feels old school and unshakable. She isn't performing monarchy. She's practicing it quietly, consistently, and without oversharing. 5. Independent early, not approval-driven. And never looked hungry for press love. She didn't chase the popular royal lane. That matters because sovereign judgment requires distance. If you need approval, you become easy to steer by headlines, mood, and whoever shouts loudest. Anne's default is the opposite. She's comfortable being misunderstood and not explaining herself. Because she doesn't need applause, she can choose duty over image. That independence is a precondition for a good queen. 6. Military presence, no theatrics. Put Princess Anne in a military setting and you don't see performance, you see command presence. Her pace is measured. Her attention is sharp. She doesn't oversmile, overspeak, or act authoritative. Officers respond because she already carries the standard. That matters for the crown because monarchy is partly symbolic leadership. If the symbol looks uncertain, everything weakens. And looks certain, not loud, not pushy, just steady, like someone who understands duty, discipline, and consequences. 7. She calms rooms without words. Some people lead by talking, and often leads by timing. When a room feels awkward, too many cameras, too many egos, too much tension, she doesn't rush to fill space. Her posture stays composed. Her face stays neutral. She lets the moment settle, then moves at exactly the right second. That's not stiffness. That's control. It resets the temperature without humiliating anyone. And it's a very Queen Elizabeth II trait. Make stability feel normal so everyone else relaxes and follows. 8. The NATO shrug. Total confidence. At the 2019 NATO reception, the room is pure optics, leaders lining up, greetings choreographed, cameras hungry for a moment. And doesn't chase it. When the attention pulls toward her, she gives a small shrug and stays out of the performance. People argued about intent, but the signal is clear either way. She's not desperate to be seen. That kind of confidence is rare in high-status rooms, and it reads as sovereign. 9. Hard questions, sharp control. Anne's interviews show why she's trusted. She can be warm, but she refuses fluff. When a question is sloppy or overstated, she corrects it without losing manners, dry wit, clean boundaries, no defensive spirals. That's emotional discipline. And it matters because monarchy survives on credibility. If you sound evasive, you look guilty. If you sound performative, you look fake. And sounds like herself, plain, direct, and unbothered by whether the answer is popular. There's people taking photographs of me. And before I had time to answer was a friend of mine sitting next to him. He said, "They're not taking photographs of me." 10. No celebrity princess ever. And has a gift for puncturing royal theater without being rude. There's a moment where she's mistakenly introduced as the Prince of Wales. Welcome a royalist, Prince of Wales, to our. Instead of bristling, she handles it with a dry joke and moves on. Your instruction did make me wonder. My brother tells a story of not having visited. That's the point. Princess and never treated royalty like a brand. No confessional tours of her private life. No reinvention campaigns. No, please like me persona. She shows up, does the duty, and leaves. That's not coldness. It's institutional loyalty. Princess and instinctively keeps the job bigger than the person. 11. Silence as a form of power. Princess and knows something most public figures forget. You don't have to respond to everything. Sometimes the strongest move is controlled silence. She doesn't rush to clarify, defend, or explain herself into trouble. She lets noise burn out on its own. That restraint protects the institution because the monarchy collapses the moment it becomes a daily argument. Silence used correctly keeps dignity intact. It also signals inner confidence. If you're secure, you don't need the last word. 12. Chairs charities like a board. Some royals support charities by appearing and supports charities by learning them then returning again and again. In interviews about her work with Save the Children, she doesn't speak like a spokesperson. She sounds like someone who's read the brief, met the staff, and wants the work to hold up when cameras leave. I, of all people, probably meet more young people who contribute something to the society. Rather, the focus stays on the people doing the job and the families living it. That's service with discipline. Duty is not boring, sentiment. And that's the point. This may be her strongest should-be queen argument. Princess and treats monarchy like maintenance. Not adventure, not self-expression, maintenance. The public rarely sees how institutions survive. Boring consistency, repeated standards, and showing up when there's nothing glamorous in it. And embodies that she doesn't need novelty to keep going. She just keeps going. That's why she feels dependable. A crown isn't sustained by excitement. It's sustained by continuity. 14. Shows up without needing applause. The work ethic is the story. Year after year, engagement after engagement, she turns up without needing it to be a moment. At her brother's coronation, she rides in a key ceremonial role with discipline and presence. During mourning for Queen Elizabeth II, she stands vigil at Westminster Hall, still composed, fully aware of the weight. And when the Queen's coffin returns from Scotland to London, and is there again where private grief and public duty overlap, she does the job. She moves on. That's how institutional credibility is built. 15. Kids feel safe around her. Princess Anne's warmth is practical with children. She slows down, listens, and makes the child feel seen. Then she moves on without turning it into theater. That's the kind of kindness that lasts because it isn't performative. It's calm. It reassures. and it fits the queen frame perfectly. Warmth without instability. Compassion without needing attention. Children sense that immediately. So do older audiences who value dignity over display. 16. Sibling joke. Instant reset. A small family moment reveals a lot. Her brother, King Charles, tries to startle her at an event. She jumps for a split second, then laughs and resets immediately. Back to composure, back to role. No sulk, no ego, no lingering mood. That's emotional strength. It's also what made Queen Elizabeth II so trusted, human, but never destabilizing. Princess and has the same quality. She can be warm in public without losing control of the room. 17. The Queen's love of horses. Repeated. Princess Anne's love of horses isn't a hobby. It's identity shared with the late Queen. She rode, trained, competed in the Olympics and stayed loyal to the sport through falls and injuries. The point isn't toughness for show, it's devotion. People who love something deeply don't quit when it hurts. They recover, adapt, and return. That never-say-die mentality shows up everywhere in Princess Anne's life, not just in sport. It's the same steady grit that makes her feel built for responsibility. 18. Independence. No spotlight needed. There are royals who look like they're being escorted through life. Princess Anne looks like she's clocking in. The best proof is the simplest luggage. On a recent trip to Sri Lanka, she steps off the plane carrying her own bags like it's the most normal thing in the world. And no, that's not a one-time thing. Practical, disciplined, and quietly allergic to fuss. 19. Traits of a great queen. If you strip the hype away, the she should have been queen case comes down to a handful of repeatable traits, and Princess Anne has receipts for each one. Restraint. She refuses to perform for cameras. Judgment. She shuts down bad framing without losing manners. Emotional control. Crisis doesn't make her theatrical. Continuity. She shows up for the unglamorous work year after year. And institutional loyalty. She keeps the crown bigger than herself. This isn't a personality cult. It's a track record. 20. The idea that never goes away. This argument never dies because the pattern keeps repeating. When a moment demands restraint, steadiness, and duty without drama, Princess Anne is usually already there doing the job, not selling the job. She doesn't chase history. She turns up for it. And that's why every few years, the same line returns. She should have been queen. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe for more royal moments with real substance. Comment which Princess Anne clip impressed you most. And don't stop here. Watch the next video on your screen for another story you can't miss.